Why are some football players so successful? Is it only hard work and luck? Or is there real science behind it?
In my mind, I'm always the best.
The discipline of Cristiano is unbelievable. I never see this.
He came as a kid, left as the best player in the world.
He's nearly 40 years old, possesses the biological athleticism of a 25-year-old, and has dominated the football world for 2 decades. Everyone says it's his discipline. But is this really true? Or is there more to it? The key to Ronaldo's mental dominance lies in a specific brain area, the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, or AMCC. In cognitive neuroscience, this region is considered the neural hub for willpower and the overcoming of resistance. Every time we perform an action that requires immense effort, the AMCC is stimulated and grows anatomically. Through 2 decades of maximal stimuli, Ronaldo has hyper-optimized his area. Where a normal nervous system signals fatigue and demands you to quit, his brain fires maximum focus.
He was the one, if we are training at 10, he will be here at 8. He was the last to leave the training ground. He's a machine.
Add to this a peculiarity in his dopaminergic regulation. While the brain usually releases dopamine as a reward after success, Ronaldo's system has adapted so that this neurotransmitter is released during the extreme effort. He is biologically adapted to the process of pushing through.
Sometimes you don't want to go to the gym. Of course, no. But I go because I have a compromise with myself.
But the strongest mental capacity is of little use if cellular regeneration can't keep up. How does Ronaldo slow down his biological aging process? With one of the most precise sleep protocols in modern sports medicine. Instead of relying on the classic 8 hours of continuous sleep, Ronaldo uses a polyphasic sleep pattern, divided into precisely timed 90-minute cycles. The reason lies in chronobiology. 90 minutes is the exact duration the human brain needs to complete a full cycle of light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. The physiological advantage of this rhythm is enormous. It generates continuous spikes in the release of human growth hormones distributed throughout the entire day. He optimizes cellular and muscular repair in intervals, while other athletes struggle with performance dips. This cycle is complemented by the systemic use of whole-body cryotherapy at temperatures down to -160 degrees Celsius. This extreme cold stimulus rapidly lowers systemic inflammatory markers in the blood and acts like a cellular reset. His entire daily routine is preventive anti-aging medicine in perfection. Cristiano Ronaldo has transformed his body into a closed biomechanical masterpiece. Simply copying him is impossible because it would require completely rewriting your own central nervous system. But what happens when a player doesn't dominate through pure physics, but instead manipulates space and time on the bench? A brain that processes information so fast that it anticipates the future before the ball is even played.
His brain is the best that I've seen.
I haven't seen anybody else do that.
I'd love to be in his head just to see what he sees.
Teammates and coaches describe it as magic. They say he sees things that physically aren't there. But from a neuroscientific perspective, Kevin De Bruyne doesn't have supernatural eyes. Rather, he possesses an extremely rare visual spatial processing system. While most players react to the ball, De Bruyne calculates vectors. His brain doesn't process the pitch as a flat rectangle, but as a dynamic, constantly changing 3D model. But how exactly does this cognitive radar work? The sports science term for this phenomenon is visual scanning frequency. Norwegian researcher Professor Geir Jordet spent years analyzing the scanning behavior of elite players. The average professional turns his head 1 to 2 times before receiving the ball. De Bruyne operates in an entirely different frequency range. In the crucial 10-second window before a pass, he scans his surroundings up to 5 times. He's continuously gathering high-resolution microdata. How is the defender's shoulder axis positioned? At what speed is his teammate running? What is the exact distance to the ball? But merely looking isn't enough. The actual medical phenomenon takes place in the prefrontal cortex, more specifically in his extremely powerful working memory. De Bruyne takes these visual fragments and constructs a topographic map in his head in mere milliseconds. He stores the exact positions of 21 other players, anticipates their movement vectors, and calculates the future trajectory of the ball. This means when De Bruyne touches the ball, he no longer has to think or look. The neurological computation is already complete. He doesn't play the ball to where his teammate is, but to the exact spatial coordinate where teammate and ball will meet in 1.5 seconds. He's always exactly that 1 second ahead of the opponent nervous system in reacting them. A fully developed brain at the peak of its cognitive capacity is a weapon. But in neurology, there is a clear law. The prefrontal cortex, the exact area for complex decision-making and risk assessment, is normally not fully matured until the mid-20s. So what happens when a nervous system reaches this elite maturity before the body is even fully grown? He's breaking records on the biggest stage in the world at an age where others are studying for their driver's license. Medically speaking, Lamine Yamal is a paradox.
First time in my life I saw, wow, who is it? How is it possible in this age?
Yeah, he's top, man. Honestly, he's unreal.
Hopefully he stay healthy. He has a huge future in front.
His brain is not yet fully mature, his body not fully grown. How does this teenager dominate seasoned athletes? The answer is an extremely rare combination of development, neurology, and fascial biomechanics. Under extreme pressure, the amygdala, the emotional center, normally takes control in teenagers. The result, stress and impulsive mistakes. The rational control in the prefrontal cortex doesn't fully mature until the mid-20s. Yet Yamal shows outstanding cognitive control. Through extreme elite training, his nervous system has experienced premature myelination. The insulating layer around his nerve pathways, his figure and electrical signals flow faster. He completely bypasses the panic reflex of the amygdala and operates biologically with the neural composure of a 30-year-old veteran. And physically, since he lacks the raw muscle mass of adults, he utilizes a fascial recall. Such a young body is highly elastic. Instead of forcing changes of direction purely through muscle, he uses his connective tissue like a catapult. His tendons store kinetic energy up in foot strike and fire it back in a fraction of a second. This costs almost zero oxygen metabolically, but is maximally explosive. Heavily muscled defenders biomechanically stand no chance against this elasticity. A highly elastic body controlled by a hyper-myelinated brain. But all these modern principles of biomechanics and agility inevitably lead us to one single man, the absolute master of gravity.
When Messi has the ball, 1-1-1, you are dead.
Lionel Messi does it again, he's superhuman! Possibly the best there ever will be, but nobody has ever played football quite like Lionel Messi.
I think Messi is one of a kind. What he's doing, I don't know if we will see another player do the things that he does.
The first secret is his extremely low center of gravity. When changing direction, athletes channel enormous forces into the pitch, the so-called ground reaction force. Because Messi's center of gravity is so close to the ground, his lever arm is minimal. He absorbs these massive braking forces more efficiently and stably than any other player without losing balance. He doesn't fall, he bounces. And this is where it becomes physically unfair for his opponents, the moment of inertia. This law of physics states the closer an object's mass is centered around its axis of rotation, the less energy it requires to turn. Generally, 1.9 meter tall defenders have a much higher rotational resistance. When Messi stops and turns in tight spaces, pure physics dictates that the large defender mechanically cannot follow fast enough. Messi's physique is no weakness, it is a biomechanical anomaly. Ronaldo's neurodiscipline. De Bruyne's cognitive radar, Yamal's hyper-elastic connective tissue, Messi's physical perfection. At the absolute elite level, football is no longer just a sport. It is applied medicine, biomechanics, and physics.